when you hit a roadblock or you hit some type of resistance, to keep focus on long-term vision and to keep on going and know that you're going to have resistances and not let those get the best of you.
Welcome to Biz Stories Shared, where storytellers share their inspiration, motivation, some disappointments, and how they applied the lessons that led them to success. Stories are gifts. Listen as these gifts are shared. Now, here is your host, Charlotte Plott.
Hello, storytellers. This is Charlotte Plott, and I am thrilled to bring you our guest today, Niccol Walsh. Niccol, are you ready to be a storyteller?
I am, Charlotte. Let's do it.
All right. Niccol Walsh is a licensed massage therapist and a medical massage practitioner. She's the owner of Arizona Massage and Healing, and she started down this path of helping others who were struggling with health issues in 2005 in the field of insurance. As she realized these people needed more help with their well-being, she wanted an alternative for them. Niccol had an instinctual draw towards massage and the power of touch. With encouragement from family and friends, she enrolled in the massage therapy program at Arizona School of Massage Therapy. Niccol started her own company and has become dedicated to the senior community and putting the spring back in their step. Well, Niccol, I've given our listeners just a little summary about you, so will you take a minute and tell us some more about you personally, because we really do want to get to know you, and then give us an overview of your business.
Absolutely. Thanks, Charlotte. A little bit about me is I'm very family oriented and I just love working with people. And as you said, I got into the massage industry as I wanted to help people with their well-being. And I was blessed with, I believe, a gift of the power of touch. And when I worked with individuals, family members, I was very much encouraged to continue on this path as I saw the benefits of what massage was doing for them physically. And that's really what encouraged me to keep on going through. I've always been one to kind of beat to my own drum and really wanted to be an entrepreneur and start my own business and be able to have the freedom of creating and doing what I thought was a great business. So in 2012 is when I started Arizona Massage and Healing, and I've always been drawn to the senior community. My Aunt Joyce and Uncle Don were big inspirations in this. They're in their late 70s, and my aunt had some osteoporosis and broken vertebrae that would cause her a lot of pain. And when I gave her a massage, she just felt incredible. So I continued on that path and started my own company and went towards the senior and elder community. I got my Elder Touch certification shortly after I did the massage program, and it's just taken off from there. And now I'm contracted with different independent and assisted living communities and bringing in massage therapy to their communities, and it seems to be having a great turnout, and the seniors are really loving it.
I can imagine that those seniors really do love it because if they are in a facility, they don't get touched very much. And we need that as humans, a hug and a smile and a touch. So even though you're doing massage, you're doing a lot more. I bet you are really touching their souls and their hearts when you give them a massage.
That's really the truth, Charlotte, is the power of touch not only gives them a sense of self-worth because they're not getting touched as often. And maybe when people have heightened health conditions like a dementia or Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, it seems that the family members get a little frightened of the changes that are going on with their parents or their family and almost sometimes have a sense of withdrawal themselves. So to be able to provide that companionship, that touch, that love, that's really what sets us Arizona Massage and Healing apart is that we really make that connection with those people, and they become our family and our friends. And there's not the apprehensiveness that something may be going wrong, or when it comes to elder touch massage also, it's not going into, oh, I'm going to be able to fix that shoulder that may not be able to move anymore. There is definitely range of motion and things that massage can help, but it's more delicate and more energetic, I believe.
Mm. Well, I think that's a wonderful career that you've chosen, and good for you for doing that. It probably isn't the first place that people might think of others having a massage or needing a massage. So I think you've really started a good program there. Good for you. Niccol, here at Biz Stories Shared, we start every show with our guest's favorite quote. Niccol, what's your favorite quote, and how do you apply this to your everyday thinking?
One of my favorite quotes is, what we think we become. And it's really the truth. What we focus on is what starts to unfold in our life. So I really try to implement that into my life and into my business of focusing on what we want to unfold and not maybe necessarily what we don't want to see.
Yes, I agree. Keeping your thoughts positive and having that mantra like that helps to get us further into our journey, doesn't it? I like that quote too. Well,
Thank you.
Niccol, um, when you take action such as you did, you know you either succeeded or you learned something. Now, I want to ask you to tell us one of those times when you just didn't succeed exactly as you planned. However, you did learn something. Will you tell us that story and, most importantly, the lessons that you learned?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Charlotte. When going into business and trying to get new business, whether it be, individuals or companies, I instantly, of course, I want somebody to be like, oh, this is a great thing that we want to implement. But sometimes it's just not. And it's going after it again and not getting discouraged. Um, I think the biggest lesson that I've learned in this journey is not to give up. And that's a hard one because you get discouraged, you get down on yourself, you second guess, and then you put all of those, you know, self-negative thinking thoughts into what you're doing, and then it sometimes seems to spiral in that direction. So that's probably why it ties into my favorite quote, what we think we become, because when you hit a roadblock or you hit some type of resistance, to keep focus on long-term vision and to keep on going and know that you're going to have resistances and
Right.
not let those get the best of you.
Right. Well, do you have a story that comes to mind where you hit those resistances or roadblocks when you were starting out? A particular story?
I think that one of my, I call it my big fish. One of the contracts that we have now, and one of my dearest partners that we're working with right now, is a place called Freedom Plaza. And this place is incredible. And at the time, I was working with some individuals in this community, this retirement community, and I had a few clients there, and I had gotten introduced to one of the directors there who wanted to implement a new wellness service, and they were going to do massage. And I would call her, and I would call her, and I wouldn't get an answer, or she'd call and she'd say, you know what, thank you so much for calling me, but I'm so busy. Please call again. And then I'd call again, and I felt almost like a nag. I was a little embarrassed. I'm like, oh, here I am again. Here I'm calling again. And, over it, time just kept on, and I did. I called them my big fish, because it was the one thing I really wanted to accomplish. I really wanted to get a contract with them and be in this place. And then finally, I don't know what the turnaround was. I still had my clients at Freedom Plaza. And then all of a sudden I met a new director at the right place at the right time. And she's like, someone gave me your card and said that you were the person to call. And they had just opened up they had just built the spa at their center, and then they wanted me to run it. And I'll tell you, it was the greatest moment. I felt like I really accomplished exactly what I wanted, and I couldn't even believe it. I was like, because it happened so effortless. When here in the beginning, I was calling and making these contacts and feeling dumb or feeling like inadequate, like they didn't really want me, and I was that nagging salesman. And now it's one of the greatest accomplishments that I've had in my life, and one of the strongest partnerships that I've had with one of the communities that we work with, and we're working so well together. They're marketing me, I'm marketing them. The synergy between the two is just incredible, worth the wait.
Oh, well, good for you. And that persistence certainly did pay off, didn't it? Even though it's hard to keep picking up that phone or sending those emails, that really was an important lesson that you learned there. Just persistence pays off.
It sure does.
So thank you for sharing that story. And what I want to do now, Nicoll, is go to the other end of the spectrum. If you would tell us about a time in your journey when you had an aha moment, when you became aware of the new path that you wanted to travel. So really take us to that moment when that light bulb went off and take us through the steps that you took to turn that idea into success.
One of the I've had two aha moments, and I think I've touched base on a little bit in my bio, is my best friend's dad, Duke, was not feeling good, and I would go over there and massage his hands and massage his legs and his shoulders, and he really said it's the only thing that was making him feel better is me massaging him. And this
Wow.
was before I was in the program, and he said to me, you really should be doing this for a living, and you really should be getting involved in the senior community. And I had taken a million college credit hours in so many different fields, trying to figure out which direction of life I should go into. And I finally looked into the massage program, and I thought, okay, it's a year. I can do that from start to finish, do it, and just really get into it. So he had probably the biggest inspiration of me finally making the decision and the plunge to go into the massage career and do it. And then the second person that had much inspiration was my Aunt Joyce, when she has her osteoporosis in those broken vertebrae. And when I massaged her for the first time, and she got off the table, and she literally, I kid you not, 78 years old, I saw both heels come off the floor and do a heel click. And
Oh.
I looked at her, and I'm like, what? She's like,
Oh.
I feel fantastic. I feel so good, Coley. I can't even tell And I was like, and for someone who believes in it to actually see that, to believe it
Yes.
anymore, I thought, wow, this is really working. It's
Oh,
really working. So I jumped into it, and I really haven't looked back at the direction that I'm going. Yes, I hit resistances, and I question myself, should I continue on the entrepreneur path, or would it be easier to just get a job, or but it's those two people that really sparked the interest. And then my friends and family have just been a constant inspiration and encouraging me 100% of the way to keep on going, keep doing what I'm doing, and being really encouraging.
well, that's really exciting to hear those stories, especially the one with the heel click. I
Yep.
just think that is so wonderful, and you have to feel good every day when you know that you are really physically and emotionally helping so many people.
Yeah, I've made some great connections. My clients, they're some of my favorite people. I enjoy thoroughly just spending time with them. And I asked them, what makes you keep getting massage time after time? And they just said, it just feels so good.
Right,
And that's so dear to my heart. I'm glad, that's nice that something is making them feel terrific throughout
right,
their challenges that they're dealing with.
right. Oh, good for you. Well, Nicoll, I'm going to ask you now to bring us to the present time and to share your proudest entrepreneurial moment.
Present time is right now, and I would have to say it's my relationships with the communities that I'm making. Just last week, so we are contracted with the Freedom Plaza Independent Retirement Community, and then across the street they have assisted living, and they have skilled nursing and the Alzheimer's and dementia section over there. So there's 3 different sections over there. They have just commissioned us to under under their budget to bring us in and have them work on their clients 2 times a month, and I couldn't be happier with that success.
Oh, that
Of,
is
of
wonderful.
them of them wanting to bring it to their clients, or their patients. They actually see the benefits of it, and that feels really good.
Well, it feels really, I know it has to feel really good, but what a kudo to you, too, to have an organization like that say, come back because you're doing good. So that
Yeah.
has to be really wonderful. Well, Nicoll, people want to hear stories like yours and how you are growing and making your business a success, and how a business such as yours, it it really helps other people to thrive. So, will you tell us one thing that is really exciting you in your business right now?
One thing that's exciting me right now in my business, I think, Charlotte, this is what keeps popping into my mind is my staff. I have a new therapist, Jessica. She's been working with me, and she's doing a great job, and we're really expanding. And then um, my cousin Dawn has been a big part of our success in moving the business forward. Those 2 people right now have really helped the business excel and to grow, and I couldn't be more thankful for those 2 individuals of helping turn it from just me to company. And I think
Right.
that's been one of the biggest successes, turning the company. When I started this, it was just me, and I was working on my own, working out of a little studio in my back bedroom. And now it's gone to contracts and, our own studios and staff and other therapists, and it's fantastic.
Oh, that is exciting. Well, thank you for sharing that. And when you can find good people that to work with that have the same mindset and the same skills and desires to help people as you do, that has to be a really, really wonderful thing.
Yeah.
So, Nicoll, what is the best business advice that you've ever received?
Best business advice. I would think, two things. You need that encouragement. That's good business advice. Keep on going. But I think it planning, writing out your goals, and being clear about your vision. And if you can have someone clearly help you with those things so you can see where you're going, where you're at, then that's going to give you a good idea of how to handle the next step.
Right. What is the vision of the future of your business?
I want to be the massage envy of the senior communities. I want to franchise the business and be the number one. I mean, right now we're the only massage therapy company that is elder touch focused.
Oh, my.
So what I would like to do is to be the contracted vendor that all of the independent communities are using. I want them to know we are the best at what we do. We are the ones that are going to be handling their patients. We're the most knowledgeable. That's really where I see it. I want to be in all the independent communities, at least on the west side, in the next couple of years.
Oh, good for you. Well, would you share one of your personal habits that you strongly believe contributes to your success?
Personal habits.
Positive thinking.
Definitely positive thinking. Um, yeah, I mean that goes to that really is what it is, Charlotte, is positive thinking, happy, reaching out to clients, talking, making relationships. That's probably my biggest thing is I'm always going around meeting and communicating with people, wanting to see how they are, talking, reaching out to others. That's probably one of my biggest habits, and taking care of myself. If I'm not taking care of myself, then you can't take care of others.
True. Yeah, that's true. I heard this little acronym the other day of ABS, always be selling. However, what I hear you saying is that you just don't sell, you really build relationships first, and then the selling comes later, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does because people do, and we've heard this a million times, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And
Right.
if you're not just building a relationship at first, and because massage is rather intimate, you're actually making a physical connection with someone, let alone a spiritual connection that comes through with your energy, they have to kind of get used to just you being around at first. So that's even, how I train my staff is, okay, today you're just going to go around, go meet people, go help somebody with their coffee, go ask them how they're doing, make those relationships first, and then, have focused conversations. Have you had massage before? Would you like to try it? I definitely like to give hands on, free at first. Would you like a free 15-minute massage just so they can be introduced to our touch?
Oh,
um, yeah, that's what I like to do.
yeah, that makes really good sense because you can't just walk in and say, "Okay, I'm here for your massage," and they don't even know who you are. you you have really really good people skills and protocol, I can tell.
Yeah. Well, some people, like, they're on the schedule because it's something they like. They know that what they're doing, they're comfortable with. But when you're dealing with an older generation that massage wasn't part of their wellness benefits for all these years, and you're bringing something in new, and then now you're going to be seeing them, it's a trust factor, and
Sure.
there some of them who are already hurting and who have had, say, massage experience in the past. We get a lot of people that say, "Oh, I don't want massage. It hurt afterwards last time,"
Yeah.
and then you have to kind of rebuild that trust of letting them know, well, we are all Elder Touch certified. We communicate during your session if anything becomes uncomfortable. And I think all of those knowledgeable facts when you're talking to them is what's going to help build that relationship and have them try it either again or try it for the first time.
Right. Well, thank you for that. So, Nicole, do you have an internet resource to share with our listeners which helps your efficiency, like Evernote or an app? And storytellers, you'll find the links to these sites in the show notes of today's episode at bizstoryshared.com/Niccol Walsh. Do you have a
Fantastic. As far as links, like ArizonaMassageAndHealing.com.
Well, we'll be putting that on a little bit later, but do you use an app on your phone or something that you keep track of your schedule, something that's really helped you in your business on the
Oh,
internet, or doesn't can be a tablet and a pencil?
I use Google Calendars is what kind of keeps me running. We use a program called Massage Book that we're just starting to roll out, and that kind of keeps track of all of our clients, their health histories, and things like that.
Well, that does sound like that is a helpful one. Well, would you describe for us who are perfect referrals for your business? And those would be business associates or clients that the listeners know who would benefit from doing business with you.
Absolutely, a good referral for us is definitely, um, people people over the age of 65 that are looking for massage. So individual clients are a very good, resource for us. I also wanted to make mention that we do provide mobile service. So if someone is not able to get to where we are, we can bring the table, we bring the music all to someone, inside their own residence.
Oh, that
So
is good.
individuals that are looking for massage over the age of 65 is our main focus. And then another good referral partner for us is directors of independent and assisted living communities that would like to implement massage into their communities and provide a space for a fee that we offer them in return for letting them lease their space.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you. And you pay attention to that now, listeners. Those are good referrals that you can give Nicole. So, Nicole, if you could recommend just one book to our listeners, what would it be?
I love the Four Agreements.
Oh, yes, I
It's
do
one of my
too.
favorites.
Right.
Yep.
Well, Nicoll, I have truly enjoyed listening to your journey and all of the good works that you're doing and the stories that you've shared. So, will you please tell us one more time how we can get in touch with you and any other resources that you want us to have, and then we'll say goodbye.
Absolutely. I can be contacted by phone, which is 602-367-2167. That is the main source of contact for me. You can also find me on Facebook, Yelp, LinkedIn, spelled Niccol Walsh, Niccol Walsh, and business name is Arizona, all spelled out, Massage and Healing.
All right. Well, thank you. And thank you for being so generous with your time and your expertise and your experiences. They've really been heartwarming to hear what all you're doing. And listeners, remember, you can find the links to these resources and everything that we've been chatting about in today's episode by going to bizstorieshared.com, Niccol Walsh. Thank you again, Nicoll. Goodbye for now.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Give the storyteller some love. Go to bizstorieshared.com, click on the iTunes button, and give a 5-star review. Thanks.